Okay. I'm just going to snap.
Okay. Wait a minute, why don't you, Tiffany, move over just over there. Oh, my hand. Right over there.
Candid shots.
And there, and you get closer, and then we can...
Don't chew gum. Please. Swallow or
Okay.
something.
1, 2, 3.
It looks so solemn, Derek. Grin.
Now we don't have his for you to put on him?
We'll do
that later.
Just pretend.
Okay, do a
Can
pose.
you stand a little closer, like you like each other, maybe? Or
Let's put your arm down there, Moss.
am I? You wait.
Okay, I'll let you take one, and then I'll take one. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Smile.
Can't smile.
Okay. One more. Is that the right side, or are you supposed to be on opposite sides?
You want to try it this way?
Wait a minute, I think your flower needs to be over here.
Oh, okay.
Right, isn't it on the...
I don't know. I think this is the right hand.
The side that gets crushed when you dance.
Yeah, so she needs on her right. She's on her
Yeah.
right.
Okay. It's fine.
You want it on the side that gets crushed?
Yeah, it's supposed to be over here.
Oh, it's over, so we're supposed to crush it.
Yeah, you're supposed to crush it. It's supposed to be on the other arm.
How many people are going to be here tonight?
Yeah, it needs to be on the other arm. So you
Okay.
can't see it there. There you go. Okay, that's right. There you go. Now that's right. Okay. Now do the, okay, that's a good picture. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Now let's let Derek's mom. You look at him.
Smile a little bit.
Trying to see when I'm getting the light bulb in mine, but I think it's enough light.
Is this light helping you, or is it hurting?
No, I think it's helping.
Okay.
Another picture?
One more. Yeah, like that. Okay. Let's do a silly one now. We always have to do a silly one.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it now that I got it, but I don't want to chew and gum.
We can do a silly one.
Why can't you do it?
You have a trash can?
Yeah.
I want to get rid of his doll.
Silly was graduation. Not.
Silly with graduation. Okay, maybe
Yeah.
this. What about one over here by the drapes? Should we move this? Oh, this over here.
Go in front of the piano.
No, I don't.
The light really fills in usually, you know.
Wait a minute, we're gonna get that cart. We need it. We need to move the cart over.
You know where to look.
Okay. Now, they both stand over this way here, just a little bit, so that all we get's the drapes. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you want to get it right here?
Come on, Mom. I'm gonna take it.
So what are you posing?
Okay. One more.
Okay.
Just one more.
There should be like 10 left now.
This thing will be over with in a little bit, guys.
Okay, if you stand right here, you get a... Or maybe I'm just...
I want him up close too.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cute.
No, not a TV. Come on.
My eyes
Oh,
are
his
closed.
eyes were closed.
Do it again, Mom.
You're good at that.
Do it again.
Okay. Well, here, wait till my... Should I get a
Let's
flash?
warm up.
Tom, where's a good way? Should I take one?
Is that flash?
Shake it up and down.
Yes.
Should I take one this
You
way?
want me blind?
It seems that Bart's favorite clown, Krusty, has some rats in the attic. That's right, in Krusty's Super Funhouse entertainment system, the Funhouse has been overrun with rodents, and Krusty wants them gone. Now, when you get a look at some of the wacky contraptions he's come up with to catch these little varmints, you're going to see that Krusty is not clowning around. But it's going to take him some time to make it to level 5, where he can put his infestation nightmare behind him. That is, unless he uses this deaf password we come up with to jump directly to the final stage of the game. Watch. Get into the password screen and enter Jebediah. Jebediah. That's right, that's Jebediah, who happens to be the founder of Bart's hometown. Well, that's it. You're into level 5 and on your way to the final finish in this game of Mouse Madness. Here's that password one more time, Jebediah. Check it out, that's it. Now go forth and exterminate. You float like a butterfly and you sting like a bee in a tribute to the greatest heavyweight of all time, Muhammad Ali knockout boxing for the Genesis. Now, if you've been fighting through the endless opponents on your way to the championship, hey, we got a password that'll put you in the championship the easy way. Yeah. To go straight to the final match and play as Ali himself, enter 007 4HE7Z. Now that'll be your password. All right, I know what you're saying. You want a little bonus, right? Well, here's your bonus. If you want to go to the championships playing as 10th ranked Bruno Franco, enter A07 4HE7Z. Hey, grab that pencil, because I'm going to run them down one more time. Here goes. To fight as Ali in the championships, enter 007 4HE7Z. All right, to fight as Bruno Franco, punch in A07 4HE7Z. Now all you need to do is come out fighting. Now, you know that nothing good ever happens on the video game screen that doesn't begin with a solid talent for working the controller. After all, it's all in your thumbs. So, get ready to let your fingers do the talking as you flip through a couple of pages of controller tips. Check this out. After investing all your hard-earned quarters into this #1 arcade game in the land, you gotta be happy to know that this monster machine has been packed into a 16 megabit home cartridge. I can only be talking about Street Fighter II for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, what you might not know is that with the right secret code, you can play characters against their alter egos just like the Arcade Champion Edition machine. Watch this and learn. First, turn on your Super NES and wait for the Capcom logo to appear. Now, quickly press down, button R, up, button L, button Y, and button B. If you did it right, you'll hear a chime and you'll see the title screen will be blue. Now, just like it is here. Now, when you begin the game, both players will be using the same character. Imagine, Guile versus Guile, Chun-Li versus Chun-Li. A true test to see who's the master of the martial arts. Oh, let's run this down one more time. First, turn on your Super NES and wait for the Capcom logo to appear. Now, quickly press down, button R, up, button L, button Y, and button B. If you did it right, you'll hear the chime and see the title screen turn blue. Hey, you're all set to determine who is truly the ultimate world warrior. Hey, cool. If you're a fan of Smash TV, you'll be happy to know that now you can play Super Smash TV on the Super Nintendo, where survival is the name of the game. Hey, the top prize in this most bizarre of game shows is your life. And to help you hold on to it, we got a trick that'll let you pick any location in the game as your starting point and warp you right to it. Check this out. Begin by entering the options mode. Now press right, up, down, button R, and button L. If the game shouts bingo, you've done it. Bingo! Good luck! Now, choose the number of players and hit start to fire up the circuit warp screen. You can skip anywhere you like, including straight to MC Mayhem. Mean-looking dude. Let's see that one more time. Begin by entering the options mode. Now press right, up, down, button R, and button L. Hey, if the game shouts bingo, you are in. Now, choose the number of players and hit start to fire up the circuit warp screen. You're on your way. Whew, it's freezing in here. Oh, Master Higgins hits the jungle warpath once again in the latest adventure, Super Adventure Island for the Super Nintendo. This time, the evil witch doctor swipes Higgins' honey, Genie Jungle, and disappears into the wild. It's up to Higgins to bring back the babe. So, to make island hopping a little easier on you, we cracked a top secret code that enables you to choose any level you want. Check it out. Turn on your system and wait until the title screen appears for the second time. Now, hold down button L, right, and button X, and then push start. Hey, you're ready to pick any island in the game. One more time. Turn on your system and wait until the title screen appears for the second time. Now, just hold down button L, right, and button X on the control pad, and then push start. Happy hunting, gamers! If you played Populous for the Super Nintendo, then you know that the whole idea in this game is to divide, conquer, and rule. You also know that this card is a major head spinner, so we thought we'd give you a tip that'll help move things along. Check this out. First, choose a conquest game and click on the pause icon. Now, move the cursor onto the world map, then hold down button L and press A. Okay, release those buttons. Perfect. Next, while holding down button R, push and release Y, B, X, A, and select. Super. Moving right along, release R and click on Armageddon. Now, enter the setup menu and choose Conquest. Inside the Conquest menu, press buttons X and B to select any level in the game. Now, I know that's complicated, so why don't we just run it down one more time. First, choose a Conquest game and click on the pause icon. Now move the cursor onto the world map. Then hold down button L and press A. All right, release those buttons. Next, while holding down button R, push and release Y, B, X, A, and also select. Now release R and click on Armageddon. There you go. Now enter the setup menu and choose Conquest. Inside the Conquest menu, press buttons X and B to select any level in the game. Now go forth to divide and conquer. Okay, picture this. It's the 33rd century, and a berserk supercomputer has enslaved the entire universe for a millennium. Only one space fighter has the guts to break the slave chains. The supercharged Sol D ship, which flies only on the Genesis game system. We bet you'd sell your soul for a code or two to help conquer this cartridge. Well, your prayers have been answered, because we've got something that'll help you break to a secret option screen and pick up 99 lives. Pretty cool, huh? See ya. First, bring up the title screen and press A, B, C, A, B, C, B, C, B, A. Now, move the cursor to Start Input and choose any level in the game. To pick up the 99 lives, highlight the mode option and press right until the symbol MY99 appears. When you see MY99, that means you've got 99 Sol D ships in reserve. Let's do this one more time. First, bring up the title screen. Now press A, B, C, A, B, C, B, C, B, A. Now, move the cursor to Start Input, choose any level in the game. For the 99 extra lives, highlight the mode option and press right until the symbol MY99 appears. That's it. Hey, good luck. Hey, Dark Gould is back on the warpath in Golden Axe 2, the popular sequel for the Genesis game system. Now, if you want to survive, you're going to need a little help from your homies here on GamePro. We've uncovered a complicated code that'll let you skip to any stage you like in the game. Listen up, because this one is a tough one. When the introduction begins to roll, hold down A, B, and C and press start. Now, you'll need at least 2 hands because you have to do all of this at the same time. Continue to hold down A and press B and C together to enter the option screen. Cool. Now, let go of B and C, but keep holding down the A button. As you continue to hold the A button, highlight Exit. Press B and C together to return to the main menu. Hey, don't take your finger off the A button, whatever you do. While still holding that A button down, press B and C together to select the number of players and then highlight your character. Hold down, up, and press start. Now you can choose any level of the game you want. I told you this was complicated. In fact, you may need a friend to lend another hand to pull this baby off. Let's run down this monster one more time. When the introduction begins to roll, hold down A, B, and C and press start. Now, you'll need at least 2 hands because you got to do all of this at the same time. Now continue to hold down A and press B and C together to enter the options screen. So far, so good. Now let go of B and C, but keep holding down the A button. As you continue to hold down that A button, highlight Exit. Now press B and C together to return to the main menu. Hey, don't take your finger off the A button, whatever you do. So while still holding that button down, press B and C together to select the number of players and then highlight your character. Hold down up and press start. Now you can choose any level of the game you want. The key to pulling off this code is to remember never to let your finger off the A button. If you can do this, you'll have your choice of any level Golden Axe 2 has to offer. Whoa! If you've met Ernest Evans, the star of his very own game card, Ernest Evans for the Genesis, you know that Ernest travels the world looking for Genesis game treasure. Now, with this super password, you can take Ernest on a guided tour of adventures by allowing him to skip any stage in the game. All you have to do is pause the action in any area where you happen to be playing. Now, press up, A, down, B, left A, right B, and then unpause. You'll skip directly to the next level in the game. Not bad, huh? Let's run this down one more time. First, press pause in any area you're playing. Now, press up, A, down B, left A, right B, and then unpause. Cool. Now you've got the power. Oh, yeah, very cool. All right, check this out, everybody. This is the story of 2 ladies named Madison and Crystal who happen to have 2 of the fastest trigger figures in the game land. And I'm serious because I can't beat these ladies. The game, well, it's Troubleshooter for the Genesis. And with this level skipping trick, you can blast off into any level you like. Watch this. Oh! First, bring up the title screen with the Start option selection. All right, cool. Now use Controller 2 and press right, button C, and start simultaneously. A stage selection icon should appear on the screen. Now once it does, just press right, button C, and start simultaneously to adjust any level number you want. Once you've chosen your level, just press start and begin your mission. Pretty simple, but let's run it down one more time. First, bring up the title screen with the Start option selection. Now, use Controller 2 and press right, button C, and start all at the same time. A stage selection icon should appear on the screen. Now, once it does, just press right, button C, and start at the same time to adjust the level number. Once you've chosen your level, press start and begin blasting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, the medal is Flying in Steel Empire for the Genesis. Now, in this first foray into the Genesis area, Flying Edge is cruising the skies and biplanes and blimps into the future that might have been. Now, if you like the ability to jump to any stage of the game you want, check this out. Whoa! First, enter the options screen. Now, perform the sound test in the following order. Sound 1 twice. Sound 9 once. And finally, sound 2 twice. A round entry will appear on the screen. Now pick any level and blast off into some intense Steel Empire action. Look how cool. Let's run that by you one more time. First, enter the options screen. Now perform the sound test in the following order. Sound 1 twice, sound 9 once, finally sound 2 twice. A round entry will appear on the screen. Now pick any level for the entry and come out blazing. Hey, cool. Slaughter Sport for the Genesis is one of the all-time brutal beat-em-up game cards. And if you've been working out on this thumb buster, you know that this game includes some of the meanest and leanest intergalactic warriors ever to massacre a Genesis screen. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to you against Mondu the Fat Man. And hey, let's face it, making it through Mondu's henchmen is no easy chore. So we decided it might be advantageous to take on the bad guys by playing one of the bad guys. And we figured out a way to make this thing happen, so check this out. First, bring up the title screen, which displays the press start message. Now, to play the game as Bonaparte, tap A, then up, and then C. To play as Guano, press up, then right, and then A and B together. If you'd like to play as Skinny, press right, then down, and then right. And to choose the big tongue himself, that's right, I'm talking about Mondu the Fat Man, press A and B together, then down, and then left. Look at the size of that guy. Oh. Let's run by those one more time. First, bring up the title screen, which displays the press start message. Now, to play the game as Bonaparte, tap A, then up, and then C. To play as Guano, press up, then right, and then A and B together. To play the game as Skinny, press right, then down, and then right. And to bull through as Mondu, press A and B together, then down and then left. Now, go out and have yourself a slaughter fest. Now, you gotta admit that this is some seriously good stuff, but knowing the passwords is just the beginning, because when you get into the heat of the battle, you're gonna be looking for all the help you can get. So coming up are some tips and tactics to add strength to your characters, increase their lives during gameplay, and some other power-up tricks that are gonna rev up your game to the max. So watch this. Yikes. Huh. Here's a little something to help you through the mansion in the TurboGrafx CD version of the hit movie, The Addams Family. As Tully the lawyer, you must creep your way through the mansion to find the vault and unlock the treasure of the Addams Family. Hey, if Tully's gonna succeed, a few extra lives couldn't hurt. Here's how to get them. Turn on your TurboGrafx CD system and press run to bypass the opening cinema sequence. When Tully appears on the game screen and Gomez says,
Tully, my good man, how about playing a round of golf?
Sorry, Gomez. Yikes! I'm a bit busy right now.
quickly press up, up, right, down, left, and up. Now you got 99 extra lives. Let's run that down one more time. Hey, turn on your TurboGrafx CD and press run to bypass the opening cinema sequence. Cool. Now, when Tully appears on the game screen and Gomez says,
Tully, my good man, how about playing a round of golf?
quickly press up, up, right, down, left, and up. Hey, with 79 extra lives, Gomez's lawyer will just about live forever, and that makes the Addams Family scarier than ever. Whoa, pretty cool. The hunt for Dracula continues in the latest entry in the popular Castlevania series from Konami. Hey, this time, it's Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. And once again, Simon Belmont is whipping himself into a frenzy over the dreaded vampire. Now, if you made it to the Dracmeister's lair and you're ready to drive a spike whip through his heart, you'd love to get your claws on some power-ups, right? Well, watch this. Whoa! At the entrance to Drac's hideout, you must take a leap of faith to the left. You'll land on an invisible ledge. Now leap up to the left one more time and stand right at the edge of the screen. Hey, if you played Simon correctly, you'll be showered with hearts, whip power-ups, and a boomerang. Let's see that again. First, get to the entrance of Drac's hideout. Now, take a leap of faith to the left and land on the invisible ledge. Finally, take one more leap to the left and stand right at the edge of the screen and collect the whip power-ups and the boomerang as they fall.
Hi Game Pro guys, I'm Daniel Warren from Los Angeles, and I found a great trick to help you grab unlimited lives in that pre-hysterical Super Nintendo game Joe and Mac. Proceed to the next to last level in the first map and beat the area. Now go back into the stage and fall in the pit. In mid-flight, grab the one up and press start to pause the game. And then press select to exit back to the map. Now go into the stage and grab the life again. You can repeat this process as many times as you wish to max out your extra lives.
Whoa! Safe landing. Okay. Adol and Dogi are in trouble again in Wanderers from Ys 3 for the Super Nintendo. In the latest episode in this popular series, you, playing Adol, must save the enchanted land of Ys from evil forces once again. Armed with swords, spells, and the treasures of the city Redmont, your crusade against the black magicians could be a whole lot less painful if you were to, say, be, I don't know, invincible. It can be done, so watch this. All right, begin the game and immediately press reset. When the American Sammy screen is fully visible and before it begins to fade out, use Controller 2 and quickly push up, down, select, and start. Next, switch back to Controller 1, begin your game, and press select to enter the character display screen. Choose Status. Finally, use Controller 2 and press Select, which is in the status screen. If the word Debug appears next to the word Status, hey, you've pulled it off and you will live forever. Now this one is kind of complicated, so let's run it by one more time. Begin the game and immediately press Reset. When the American Sammy screen is fully visible, use Controller 2 and quickly push up, down, select, and start before the screen begins to fade. Next, switch back to Controller 1, begin your game, and press select to enter the character display screen. Choose Status. Finally, use Controller 2 and press select, which is in the status screen. Hey, if the word Debug appears next to the word Status, you've gained invincibility. And by the way, if you get tired of living forever, simply press select one more time and you'll go back to normal. Pretty cool, huh? Oh, hey. Whoa. If you've been using the Force in Super Star Wars for the Super Nintendo, you know that life isn't easy for Luke Skywalker, since getting through this card can take a lot of Jedi Knight, if you know what I mean. We've come up with a trick that'll give you unlimited lives as you power your way through the Death Star. Check it out. All right, start this trick off by proceeding to level 5, the land of the Sand People. Now keep moving until you reach the second platform jumping section. Fall off the cliff and hook left, but don't worry, because you'll land alive and inside a cavern. Now, shoot in the air and grab a bushel of extra lives. After you collect a ton of one-ups, fall off the cliff and kill yourself. Oh, don't worry, when you start back at the beginning of stage 5, return to the cave and repeat this one-up loop as many times as you wish. You can score up to 99 Luke lives in reserve. How about we run by this one more time? Start this trick off by proceeding to level 5, the land of the Sand People. Now keep moving until you reach the second platform jumping section. Hey, fall off the cliff and hook left, but don't worry, because you'll land alive and inside a cavern. Now, shoot in the air and grab a bushel of extra lives. After you collect a ton of one-ups, fall off the cliff and kill yourself. When you start back at the beginning of stage 5, return to the cave and repeat this one-up loop as many times as you wish. You can score up to 99 Luke lives in reserve. And may the Force be with you. After you've used up all the password tips, game extenders, and controller tricks in your arsenal, and you still haven't seen the final frames of a game, hey, who are you gonna call? Game Busters, that's who. Because one thing we game pros don't like to see is a frustrated gamer. And I know all about frustration. So if you haven't made it to the end of your favorite game card yet, check out these game endings and see what awaits you. Whoa, hey pal, not too bad, huh? All right. For all you world warriors out there, I think you'll agree that the greatest challenge you can face would be the notorious M. Bison, the evil crime boss who controls Thailand's illicit smuggling operation in Street Fighter II for the Super Nintendo. Now, simply beating this goon is not going to be enough because the victory ceremony you witness after Bison's defeat depends in large measure on how you beat him, not just if you beat him. Here's a few examples of what you have to look forward to as you improve your game. The tougher the game difficulty and the fewer the number of rounds and continues taken, the better the victory ceremony. Now, if you manage to beat the game in level 7 without switching characters throughout the tournament, you'll get a personalized ending sequence for your character, plus a congratulatory screen which depicts the 8 world warriors together. If you can win the battle without using any continues, the special screen will now show all 12 characters, including the bosses. Finally, if you could complete the cart without losing a single round, in addition to the congratulatory screen, you'll also hear Chun-Li say, "Ya Tai," by pressing the start button. Well, now you've seen what's possible. It's up to you to fight your way to these conclusions. Hey, all you hoopers out there know, when it comes to fast-moving basketball action, it doesn't get much better than Bulls versus Lakers and the NBA playoffs for Genesis. This is a fast-paced round ball action, and it's very best if you're playing this card, you already know that one of the best parts is the excellent championship ceremonies at the end. That's pretty sweet. All right, you want a password? I'll give you one. Here's a password tip that'll take you right to the ceremonies without having to play your way there. Get into the password screen and enter NXWBBBBD. That's all there is to it. Just go to the password screen and enter NXWBBBBD. Oh, by the way, say hello to Michael Jordan for me when you get there. Well, that about wraps it up for this videotaped installment of Game Pro. So until next time, keep those thumbs exercised, and remember, when you need to know what's happening in the world of home and arcade video games, pick up a Game Pro magazine, the #1 source of gamer information. See you next time.